I gotta ask people that played them because I don't see an 8-1 team, but that's what the records say.
The two columns, Chris, W and L, and they got them racked up. Whether we like it or not, they got them.
Yeah, yeah. I
Heads
like.
in, all, it's still a win.
I am a hater. I don't like it. I don't like the Eagles. I say it publicly.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. They beat my team. I ain't like it. And I still don't like it.
You stay fans.
Well, at least I can say we did not lose this weekend. Go Niners.
I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
say that.
yeah. Yeah, you the only one to say that.
Turn your mic on. You are a professional.
Hey, listen, I'm just stepping into the studio. So, listen, welcome to another episode of the Black Super Friends podcast, who I will be serving as the host. You know me as D. Horace Towns. My code name is Magnifico. But after the insults that I got today, my pronoun is now him. So you address me as him. I took a lot of jokes today, bro. Like, look at me. The picture you see is what I posted. So I appreciate the jokes. It's all fun and games, but I really look like this. Like I'm really fine. Not Ozempic fine, like a lot of people out here. Yeah, I tell y'all gonna be petty about it. Hey, first off, I'm gonna introduce the cast around the world that you know as the Black Super Friends. The person who had a good weekend simply because they wasn't playing. He survived this weekend. Even though I have him picked as a Super Bowl contender, Chris Leo.
Yeah. Well, I think you chose the wrong words. We did not lose this weekend. That's the way you should put it. But thank you guys for showing up on this Monday evening. There's no place I'd rather be, and I know you feel the same way. Thank you.
All right. Well, next, I don't want to take out my frustrations from social media today out on my own brother, but I will highlight that his favorite football team went to another country to be beat like pinatas at breakfast on a Sunday, 9:30 a.m. And even though I hate the Miami Dolphins, I actually think that they're going to have a successful season and possibly sneak into the Super Bowl. But enough of the what's the word hazing. I'll simply introduce my brother Zay the Barber.
Oh man, what a weekend! My team did let me down. You are correct. Woke me up for some bullshit. Damn, thought we were gonna win. However, it didn't work out that way. However, I did have a good weekend barbering. As you can see, I'm fresh to death, sporting a Zay's Cuts original, and for that I am proud. Welcome to Monday night with the Black Super Friends podcast.
Well, truth be told, I remember a time when I cut your hair, Zay, and
Oh, you scalped me.
it was just fine. All right, next, my main man who stays out. This is probably my black super friend who stays in Atlanta, but currently it's like he's going live from Stony Brooks.
Brick City.
Yeah, my man who sticks with his team. He is a Dallas Cowboy through and through, and the years have not been good to him. But hey, nonetheless, it was a well played game. Somebody said it was Dak Prescott's best game of his career, even though they lost. I didn't agree, but it was fun to watch. I actually must say I was excited to see the fourth quarter. Super Mario Sr., the last Cowboy standing.
Yeah, my back against the wall tonight, fellas. So I had to change it, man. Go Cowboys.
He's glitching. Turn your mic on. You are a professional.
Yeah, Mario over there in Stonerbrook. I don't know. Usually he up the park. Uh, well, we got a joke coming in from the fifth brother. Mario look like he part of the OJ's. All righty. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Oh, he's starting early.
Oh man, this has been a day. Like I said, I put up I changed my profile picture from part we was with. Oh, I got jokes, and I'm like, damn. For some of the people, I was like, dang, Pastor Jamie and been working on me because it's too easy. Like I could have just pound, 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 and
Mm.
I didn't do it. So shout out to Friendship Baptist because they had changed their lives. I didn't fire back at nobody. I ate all the jokes.
He perking like he don't like the picture, but if you look across his social media, it's now his profile on Instagram, on Facebook, probably on Twitter, all that. He didn't change his profile to that. He think he's sexy in that picture.
I'm him. I'm tired of being. I'm tired of listen. It's niggas at the inlet with two teeth, and they pulling. I'm like, I'm him. So nah, I'm not. I'm not cutting. I'm not taking it easy on nobody no more. And then you got Norman Wright, uh, who never fails to shoot his gun. So he absolutely should hold
Stay
it.
classy, San Diego.
Yeah. So one time for I forgot the damn show. Thank you for the what's the Biggs and what's the other dude name? It was the white boy and the black boy. The white man,
I can't think of the name of the show.
Rob,
On
and
MTV, Robin Big. Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, Robin Big.
that's big.
yeah, that damn show big.
Mm.
Hey, if y'all watched the movie Life, remember when Goldmouth had his son come? That was my brother pooping. He didn't get his credit for it. All right, man. Listen, we had to change the order. While we wait for Mario to teleport back into the universe, I'm gonna go to my main man who's big on sports. Colorado, man, it was a movement, man. That's my school, and all of a sudden, people done started to get quiet. You don't hear much rumble since they didn't went on a losing streak, and Sam Jackson went on there and blasted the man the other day about them losing. It was pretty offensive. I don't know if Sam Jackson was drinking, but he really gave it to Deion. Now, man, go look that tweet up. He was like, it was disrespectful. So Colorado suffers another loss, hard played game, but they take another L. Now they are 4-5, I believe. Chris Leo, give me your thoughts, man. Is it over?
Well, I mean, it depends on what perspective you're coming from. Like, we have a bunch of so-called Colorado Buffalo fans, and there's really no such thing. They're not Colorado Buffalo fans. If you're not, for you to be a Colorado Buffalo fan, really there has been no Colorado Buffalo fans since Rashawn Salam and Cordell Stewart was playing on that team. It's truly, and to be honest with you, there hasn't been a killer Colorado Buffalo team since Ray Caruth played. So let's just keep that in perspective.
I like what you did with that.
But people are really prime Deion Sanders fan. They Coach Prime fans. They're not actual Colorado Buffalo fans. You can't compare these Colorado Buffalo fans to a fan like DeMario with the Cowboys, or Zay with the Dolphins, or Horace with never mind.
Tom Brady.
They're more exactly, Zay. They're more like Horace fans, where he has a healthy heterosexual man crush on Tom Brady, and we have a healthy heterosexual man crush on Deion, and that's what we really like. And but that stuff fades. You know what I'm saying? I think what's more important is we need to focus on the positives here. What's going on? Deion, that they are 75%. They have won 75% more games than they won in the year before he got there. For Shador Sanders to be, my bad, I was thinking about Cardell, but for him to be under duress every single Saturday, he's putting up some really quality numbers. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's a lot of positive to look out for. But like I said, I don't. These are not real fans, and to be honest with you, I don't think we took the time to look at this objectively and with reality. Deion Sanders, this is his first time being in a Power Five conference. This is not, what he was doing prior. Not to throw shade on that, but this is a different coaching. You know what I'm saying? And I think our expectations was way too high. Me personally, I have a personal bet with one of my friends. Shout out to Tron. I had him going 4-7. He got him going 6-5, having a winning season. I look like I'm gonna win that bet, and then Tron, if you're listening, we're going to the L house since lunch is on you. Okay, but yeah, but still, we support Deion. Whatever he does, we think he's a great man, and if anybody can turn it around, I think he has the power to.
All right. Well, first of all, with all love, I don't never want to say you was thinking about Cordell.
My bad. Oh yeah. Oh, my bad.
Pause.
My bad.
All right. I helped you out with that one. Second of all, I don't care about y'all talking about my friendship and fanship with Tom Brady. He's the greatest quarterback to ever play the game. And as a wide receiver, I had no problems dreaming of throwing me some balls. What?
Pause. Come on,
I said
man.
wide receiver, dog.
Yeah, just stop. And throwing you some balls? Come on, man.
I'm a wide receiver, Xavier.
And you keep on saying it. Okay.
I thought you was working out a little bit, so
man, I'm feeling it, bro. All right, Zay the barber.
Yes, my boy. Well, Chris, I think you said in the beginning of this season we were gonna see, and I think that we are seeing. I like what you said with it, and I think all of us can attest to that. We are not real Colorado fans. We are a fan of Deion, so we have two teams, and I think many of us have said this season already, where we have our team, but then we still chime in to see what coaches over there doing. I always spoke from a positive standpoint when it came to Deion, as far as once he won more than one game, he was already doing numbers to me. So the fact that he's 75% up, that just speaks volume. I do think that they're going to have a above 500 season. I'm praying that does work out for them, because I would love to see him come in, not only turn around that program, but have a winning season on top of that. And yeah, man, I don't think that the mania is done. I think it's just like cricket. Everybody, it done died down. That's it.
All right, we got a shooter in the grassy knoll tonight, but
we'll see.
Zay, you know who's left on that schedule? You think they're gonna go 500, over 500, and you know who's left on that schedule?
They just got to win 2 games, man. Deion is a praying man, and he's a motivator like none other. So I'm a Dolphins fan. I love underdog.
He's gonna need it. That's for sure.
Used to losing. They had games that they should have won. Absolutely, yeah. 2 of them for sure, and it didn't work out. Last Cowboy.
Sorry, my early departure. I see the guy from the Happy Ending Hotel is have a lot of jokes tonight. Teddy Ruxpin,
yeah.
Norman Wright,
stunt double.
I think I always say this: if Norman can get lucky, so can Deion. So I feel like Zay, hey man, anything is possible, man. You know what I'm saying? But I agree with Tootie though. I'm a realist. Deion in for a bad season. The good thing I have tonight to say is this: he got 2 recruits that's top 4-star linemen that's committed to him this past week. So the line is coming. So it say I was gonna see y'all the picture. The one dude, I think he like a fringe 5-star, a big dude. I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So hey, Deion, that's all he need. You know what I'm saying? Besides, I'm gonna say this. Chris brought up something that made me really look into Deion. I'm gonna have to bring Deion up on one charge. His second half adjustments trash. So we're hoping that Deion get better as head coach, because I didn't want to say it, but Chris brought it to my attention, and I paid careful attention the last game, and I seen that Deion didn't have the best adjustments as a coach, and he let his offensive coordinator go. So
Listen,
They got
I'm
to work
telling
on
you,
that O line too, man. I think next year, if they get that O line together and protect should do a little bit better, they stand a better chance too.
We? I think we ignoring the fact that greats tend to not make great coaches. All-time great players tend to not make great coaches. Now, I have a bunch of basketball references, but when Larry Bird tried to be a coach, wasn't great. When Magic Johnson tried to be a coach, wasn't great. Bill Russell, all these people was trying to be a coach. I don't have many examples in football, but greats normally don't make great coaches because they believe that inherently every kid has the ability that they have, and they don't think that this is a gift from God, the talent that you have, and every kid ain't gonna have that. And I think sometimes they can get frustrated with what the potential they have for the kid, and that ceiling is never met. So I just think that historically great players haven't made great coaches. It's actually somewhat the opposite. Trash players make great coaches, but I don't know.
Man,
yeah, that's actually true. Shout out to Valu, who's supposed to serve as our female host tonight on these topics, but like usual, many people say they want to come on and then they come on with a
she did.
thousand excuses. You like something about she had to get some new yaki or something like that.
But she
But
said she ain't came in a long time.
bro, you had no
Man,
idea. Listen, what in the Eddie Murphy boomerang going 90s blade? This is Polo brand new. And I just came in from a business dinner. I think y'all underestimate that usually I dress down trying to make people feel comfortable, but if Lou had her way, I have on some poodle fashion overcoat that her uncle Nidri would wear to church on Easter. But that's neither here or there. Oh yeah, you got called out. People want to shoot, but don't like that 22 coming back. All right. Let me get right into things because, as usual, we have a show and we have production and pre-production, and just like usual, the person who does not understand how employment works comes in with some last-minute adjustments. But yet, I'm going to give his ass just what he wants tonight. All right.
hold up.
Yeah. Fuck the whole
You
up.
know, I don't know
Wow.
what kind of show this is tonight.
Hey, listen. All right, listen. First off, I'm gonna go to this one.
Give his ass.
He been
Listen.
a wide receiver all night,
Well, I
catching
ain't
balls
listen.
from Tom Brady.
I ain't no Packers fan.
What color on that wall? Dwight?
I like that, Chris. That's pretty clever. Oh man, I didn't know you were so goddamn clever, man. That's a good one. All right. I ain't the one with some leather taped to my chest over there. But
That is tight as fuck.
yeah. Hey,
Man, that
listen,
sport
so
coat.
hey bro. That nigga like he work at McDonald's. Look how he's smiling.
You, Mr. McDowell.
Yeah. Hey, fucking thing. You know what I mean? Listen. So listen, this week we always cover trending stuff because it blows up and it tends to be water water cooler talk, man. So he was the first one, which we just thought was outrageous, but we do have to speak on it. Former NBA player Joe Smith finds out, and we all find out because his wife went live to. So we found out when he found out the same time that his wife had an OnlyFans account that he did not know about. So let's play the clip.
Just finding out you got an OnlyFans page. Out of all these years, yo, the disrespect that comes with it, that you could have talked to me before you did it, that's bullshit, yo. That's fucked up, Keith. I'm telling you, yo, that's fucked up.
Wait, no. Calm, but you're not gonna say fuck me or that's fucked up. It's not fucked up.
You recording me? What the fuck you doing?
Listen, it's not fucked up, and we're going to. Okay, look. So I have an OnlyFans page, and he's mad because he's just now finding out about it.
Of course I'm mad at you just finding out about it.
I'm not doing it with anybody but myself, so why should I have to tell you my choice, my body, my fucking choice?
I'm your partner. You're supposed to come to me and talk to me.
Joe, I've been talking to you about mad things. I've been asking for solutions to shit. You're not giving me none, so I created one.
That's no solution. Not in my book.
Ooh-wee. So usually I introduce it and I pass the topic over to the fellas, right? God damn it! I'm taking one more joke tonight, boy. That's it.
That's on the low. That's like a 8.5 joke though.
Yeah, I know
That's a
a
pretty
lot of
good
jokes
one.
tonight, but listen. Usually I introduce and I pass it, but let me say this. Because I don't feel sorry for certain people. You have consequences. Joe Smith, long tenure NBA player, has a wife. She has an OnlyFans account that he does not know about, right? So in my discovery, I go and see she has a nice body of work. Okay. I ain't talking about her body. I've actually hashtagged and seen some of her work. Okay. Gang bang was her thing. Now, let's just say some people say it's scripted. Even if it is, it's good marketing because now she's a household name again. But if you go on Twitter, you're gonna see that she tend to take more than one, and it's usually Caucasian dudes who run the porn industry. But nonetheless, even if it was scripted or whatever, you married a porn star. Most times they have a philosophy or a quote that says, hey, some people are born or raised on love, some people are raised on survival. And she said, if I lived like that for me back then, what you thought was going to change. So I got to give her credit. A lot of NBA players go out there and marry something that fulfills them, makes them look good for image sake, but you don't know at the core of who this person is. And so when that money gone, she gone. She stripped. You know how strong you got to be mentally or broken you have to be to go out there and strip? She ain't just strip. She was goddamn sucking things, running trains, and you married her. So salute to Joe, because ain't no way in hell I'm goddamn buying a used car and I got $1 million. All these women out here in the world. So, hey, I just wanted to get y'all thoughts on it. I'm going to go to Super Mario Senior first.
Dramatic pause.
Well, he's not here. I'm going to go to Mr. McDowell.
I thought you were Mr. McDowell, but okay. That's terrible, bro. All love is bad, but what you said is true. He did marry ex porn star. You said stripper, but she talked about her porn career too. So that was amazing. But I think that's crazy because he said that I'm gonna put all that behind me. But I guess that old saying is true. Maybe you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. And I think he's finding that out the hard way. Sad though. But what's up with all of these women going live sudden when they know that they're doing things that are questionable? Like that's the first line of defense to run to the people that's not in the situation and have them as a live witness. But it was wrong. So him finding out about her OnlyFans the same time we did as a life partner is sad. But him should have known who he was marrying beforehand is even worse. I don't know what to say with Joe, but God be with him.
Chris Leo, I think we had a show about this earlier. So he married a porn star and she got off the leash. She told you, like, you think I wouldn't do it? I did it for me. So what's your thoughts on that, Chris Leo?
Well, what the ladies in the comments are saying, there's a speculation that it could be staged or phony or something like that. But if I just take it on face value, the old saying stays true. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. You just can't. And at the end of the day, but normally I'm pro man, so I normally side with the men on the situation. But I'm finding it hard to side with this man because if I take it at face value, when he was discussing this with his wife, he's looking at the wall, slapping his hands and stuff like that. But this is a serious ass conversation that you need to be having with your wife. You would have known that she's videotaping, bro. Sit her down and have a conversation with her. If you go by what she's saying on other interviews and how the money is going and they losing the house and things like that, I just can't see how it's an L where a woman, and sure enough, it's your wife, use a skill because she has no other skill that'll make her that much money to save what you guys got going on, because she was talking about that you guys lost a house. I don't think it's beneath your woman or you to let her do OnlyFans to get paid from weirdos that she don't even like. I don't suggest it. It wouldn't be for my wife, but I didn't marry her. You did. So for you to draw the line now is insane to me. Now, I'm not going to let her off the hook, because I do believe that in any relationship, there is a reasonable expectation for someone to change. There just is. If she would have married a dope boy at some point, it's a reasonable expectation for him to change for her. If you marry a drug addict, there's reasonable expectations for people to change. That's why people give you grace and give you patience and stuff like that. So yes, she probably should have, but in these situations, if you take what she says is true, it's a dire situation, bro. Something gotta shake. You married this woman. You can't let that house go. You got to do any. You spent probably a decade of your life homing a steel to make you millions. At this point, now you need to focus something else to make you millions, so that you can pay for this house, so y'all don't have to lose this investment. I can't say that this is just a terrible ass woman. I don't like the new movement of embarrassing and emasculating men on the internet, but at the same time, dog, I think it's on you, Joe. You probably lost your little spunk because you lost your money and all that other shit. But you gotta get back on that horse, dog. Tighten up. And you can't. It's almost like you can't blame this woman, because this is what women think leadership is. You hear her say she made an executive decision. Okay, cool. You made an executive decision, because that's what women think leadership is. When leadership is truly just having making the final decisions. But you talk to your counsel. You don't make a decision like that without your wife. You just let your wife know, hey, look, I'm going to make this final decision, but I want your input, and I want to go run this by you. What she did, what she think is leadership, what she think is an executive decision, is just going hauling off and doing the shit. But again, dog, if you don't know your woman has an OnlyFans page, when your woman says it's in the link in her bio, that's on you, dog. That's on you. But that's just what I think.
Well, I always say this, Chris. People, when it come down to surviving, you'll be surprised what people will do. So I never look down on people that strip. I know there's always a story behind it. People that do porn, if they ain't been trafficked, abused, molested, it's usually a story behind it. But I agree with everything that you said. I think if it is script, like, it is brilliant marketing, because at the end of the day, you know how many people went and hashtag her name and looked her up. She already, like Paul B said, she already got free content out there out there in the universe. So why as well get a few dollars off of it. They've been married a while, so who knows what the situation is like. But I must say, I was a bigger joke before I've be homeless and I was out on the street. I definitely would have been out there. I've been and did me some damn movies myself. That's just to be honest. But you got to think about it. Some people feel this way. They say you can't turn a hoe into a housewife, right? But hoe plus me spells home.
For a lot of people.
I'm just saying. You just got to keep it that way. Mario.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm having technical difficulties this night. I had to go to the phone, man. I know what's wrong with my computer. But I agree with everything Chris said, except I'm going to add this caveat to it. The only thing I think she did wrong was not tell him, because that's the only deceitful part. Because I agree. At the end of the day, Joe, as a man, we all go through stuff. We all fall short. We all have valleys, ebbs and flows, mountaintops and all. Bro, you can't be in a 6-year stupor walking around the house bullshitting, bro. You supposed to have 2 or 3 jobs. I'm saying this is what you signed up for, bro. Like, if the lady got a damn moving company, and she a bottle service, I checked it up here. She work in a bar, bro. She doing all this shit, and you walk around the house, bitch, in your old t-shirts from your hooping days, hooping at LA Fitness, and drinking. Nah, bro, fuck that. Then she didn't never ever once say, I was gonna leave you. She said, I did what I thought was best for this family. which means the proceeds from that shit go into the house that you stay in, drunk ass Joe. And you is in Atlanta talking about, oh, this not the way out. This not the way out. Well, bro, I'm a man. And as a man, you need to find a way out then. Because if you
Finally.
don't have a way out, then you can hold her accountable because you can say, this is my method, but you need to get on my ship because I'm the captain. Bro, if you don't want to drive the ship, she can't let it crash. So at some point, Joe, you're gonna have to get on board, bro, because one thing I listen to this a lot. Every um show she's been on, she has said, I was doing this for us. I love Joe. I don't Joe left the house. She didn't leave the house. The money was coming to the house. They was about to lose everything. She didn't take her OnlyFans, her money, and say, deuces, Joe, let me go get a condo in Buckhead. She stayed in the same house. So, Joe, like Chris said, she's using what she knows best to be the way to get money is no different than a reformed drug dealer going back to the streets when he get on hard time. If you know that, Joe, and you knew that before you got with her. So I suggest, nigga, you to go be a basketball coach, go work at Greyhound, manage her company better, call some of your NBA friends, but you gotta do something, Joe. You can't just sit around and be Joe Blow.
Goddamn
Love a
right.
man.
Yeah, but think about how many. Listen, just like we say, a lot of broken people. A lot of and listen. Some of those athletes coming from the most effed up situations, they still be effed up. They get a couple $1,000,000, right? So just like he got in the NBA and made all that money, did he ever develop himself into anything else? Like I don't think a lot of them really think they're gonna be rich forever because after basketball, like how many Vin Baker? You got so many jokers that had $80 million and they working at Starbucks. Like it's you can't fathom that somebody lost $80 million, but it has happened a few times in the NBA. Like you didn't even come up with a plan for after basketball. You ain't nothing. And how many times you done seen that, Chris?
Dog, I've seen it a lot. But and I have no problem with it if that's what you do. But once you marry a woman and you decide that you want to take care of this woman for the rest of your life, that is your responsibility to keep the fucking ship afloat. I'm sorry, dog. You got to keep this ship afloat. No, you might not be able to get millions, but you can't work on nothing that can get you 100,000s in Atlanta. Stop
In
playing,
Atlanta?
dog.
See, that's the
That's
thing.
on
In
you, bro.
Atlanta, bro.
That's on you, dog. That's on you, Joe. And you can't get you almost can't get mad at. And then the way you handling this shit, dog, you're not sitting your wife down and having an honest conversation with her. You're over there talking to the wall, hitting your hands together, and then you chasing behind her, talking into the same camera. But that you need to be telling her, put that shit down. Let's have this conversation, baby. You my wife. Let's have this conversation. But you don't have the nuts to do that, bro. No, I look. I'm pro man, but this some sucker shit to me. I'm sorry.
And I'm saying you got a lot of dudes that get older but never even develop themselves. You got a dude that pacified a lot of stuff by, hey, I got millions, so I'm drinking, I'm smoking, I'm doing whatever, but really never develops. So women say men don't take accountability for other men. This is one of those situations where we saying that brother might have never took time to develop. He might be an old ass dude, you know what I mean? But as far as understanding, once I say I do, marry me, I'm putting you under my back, under my umbrella. Like, bro, like, yeah. And y'all right. You lucky
This probably
she
serve as an
take the
example.
money and haul ass and be like, you ain't no real dude. And
but I feel you too. If you LeBron James, bitch, he averaged 0.5. Joe ass knew he wasn't gonna be in the league that long. Joe wasn't no motherfucking Scottie Pippen. So I'm saying at some point, I feel what you're saying. I'm not ignoring it because you're right. I think most athletes, period, from every sport, do exactly what you're saying. Think that the money train is gonna last forever, or at least longer than what they really last, right? But I'm saying from what she's saying, because we just, looking in, this has been going on for a while. It's not like he just got out the league. Like, bro, I'm not saying work like Chris said, make millions again. At least try. Bro, she has a shipping company, bro. Call some of your people play for the Hawks and leave every year. You can at least be the national shipping company or movers for the Hawks. Like, call some of your connects, bro. I have more connects. There's no way I can have more connects in Atlanta than Joe Smith.
Come on,
Bro,
man.
do some where you show up and sign basketball cards, sign old
You
jerseys.
start a
Good.
goddamn OnlyFans, nigga.
Yeah,
Save your house, bro, and your marriage. I don't care
dog, for
what
real.
it takes.
Dog, for real. That's
Bro,
what I'm saying, dog. I'm gonna work 3 jobs before. But then I'm gonna say, bro, you tried me. I had a plan. You just didn't want to go by my plan, so you had your own. But it sounds like from her, this nigga ain't
Didn't
got no
have
plan.
one.
He
He
just,
didn't.
bro,
I know, but there ain't no plan. Nigga, you don't got one.
imagine having $10 million contract, which it turns out to be 5, and then you break it down, it's really 4, buying a $2 million house, right? But after you out of the league, the taxes per year on that house,
Good.
the insurance on that on that house, the HOA fees on that house, bro, you're looking at it like almost $1 million to stay in a house that you already bought because you actually out here still don't have no contingency plan. You know what I mean? You could have been a trainer. Hell, women had a fantasy about tall jokers. Man, you could be out, bro. I ain't gonna say,
OnlyFans too.
man, please. But I'd be like, baby boy,
His wife is a trainer.
bro. She doing everything.
Again, so like we said, the only sad part about it is that she didn't inform her husband, but she is holding it down. But again, like
She
you
don't
said,
respect her.
but he's not paying attention. You know, you got to think about it. He's
Zay,
not paying attention. It wasn't in his house either, so
Zay.
that's
She done
why.
lost respect for him.
I don't know,
So,
too.
Bro, she done lost respect for him. I'm doing all of this, and you walking around with these ashy legs, and you can't even cheat and bring some money in the house. Oh, she
dog,
don't.
we're talking
She
about
might
Joe
not.
Smith, the first pick overall. We're talking about Joe Smith, one of the highest paid contracts
At
ever
the
when it
time.
first started. You talking about Joe Smith, who actually played with LeBron, dog. You got no excuse, bro. I don't hear that shit. I
All
don't
right,
hear.
listen. We got 2 topics and we got 30 minutes. I'm trying to figure out who gets the coin toss because you got the child support, and I think that was Chris' topic, and then you got Zay who bring up a topic who I'm ready to fill with hope. Oh, no, damn it, nothing. Hey, yeah,
What's going on tonight, man? Is it football?
I don't fucking know anymore at this point. I don't. I really don't. So you know what? I am going to Derek make her a professional call girl, so I ain't no way she's going to skate. The
Joe Slow.
he a basketball. He not Ike Turner, Derek. Jesus Christ. All right, yeah, that's true. You ain't heard
That
of
is
Joe
very
Smith.
true, Mario.
Hey, ain't nobody heard of Joe Smith until that. All right, coin toss. I'm gonna do 2 of them. Got 30 minutes and 15 minutes apiece to hit these 2 topics. All right, Chris, you up next.
Okay.
Y'all agree, man says that fathers who pay child support do not have to do anything. Come on, man. Sign is off on this sucker. All right. Well, that was supposed to have been. Man said the fathers who pay child support do not have to do anything extra for Christmas because it's included in their payments. So my bad, Chris. I did not do a sound check on that baby there, but that was the topic.
Yeah.
And since it's your topic and you are a super dad, I want you to give me your thoughts on that.
I appreciate you saying that. Now, first off, I want to say that I speak from ignorance because I'm not on child support. I've never been threatened with child support, so I speak from an ignorant point of view. But I will say that I remember a conversation that me and Zay had a long time ago, and I was speaking to him, and he I don't know how he feel currently, but he felt like this guy felt, and I disagreed with Zay. I was like, no, bro, if she needs something, you gotta, still gotta do that. And I remember talking to Hardy about that, about how I disagree with him, but I want to say I want to apologize for that because as the years going on, I don't know if that's the best way of doing things. I think that this society, we reward women poor behavior and mistakes and poor decision making we give them all kinds of safety nets. If they don't want to have the children, we can abortion. If they can't pay for a home, they Section 8. If they if they don't want to be in a marriage no more, alimony and things like that. So I think we have at some point we have to say, because the meaning, the purpose for child support is to split things as 50-50 as much as possible. They take the equation of time and finances and they try to make it so it's 50-50. So if we agree that, because I believe that the man should get the father should get the last say. That's just my belief. But we are willing to let an arbitrary group of people make a decision that don't love the child, that don't love the father, don't love the mother, and we'll let them have the final say when we could let the father have the final say, especially if that's an active, participating, providing father. So I just feel like if we decide that we're going to take that route, that's the whole purpose for them to 50-50 it up. Now, if you want to do something, cool. But I think you can stand on business on that by saying, look, you ran to those people, and this is what it is. Now, again, I still feel the same way when the conversation that me and Zay had. If she's a bad baby mama, she shows up and my kid don't got no clothes, I'm going to buy the clothes. If she's not paying for the field trip, I'm going to pay for the field trip. Are you taking that jacket off because of the jokes or because it's hot in the room, or which one is? Because
it's getting hot in there.
But yeah, I just want to say is I'm starting to have a change of heart, dog, and I want to apologize because I didn't tell you this, but I took offense to. I don't want to say took offense, but I totally disagree with you years ago when we had this conversation. I remember we had this conversation. I think what car were we in? We've had many cars throughout the years, but I remember having this conversation with you, and I left disappointed. I actually called Hardy about this and had a conversation with him, but I think I owe you an apology.
No, I'm glad we arrived at this. Is good. I think we were in Tiffany Lakes, if I ain't mistaken, when we had this conversation. So my disposition has changed a little bit, but I still feel what I said at that time. Child support is for the support of the child, right? I feel like if and the courts will tell you this, if you go in the courts enough, they'll start to tell you that is your obligation to fulfill just that, and you're doing your thing. Now, what you're saying is true. What we are those fathers, whereas if we need it, we're gonna fall on the sword and then make sure that the kid has exactly what they need, because they don't understand the legalities, but they do understand getting something from their mother and getting something from the father. And I think a lot of fathers fail at that point right there, because they did fulfill the financial obligation. Children shouldn't know anything about that, but if they don't actually see something coming from their father, they will hold an ought against you or feel away, and you want to keep all dissension, especially from your children and you, out of your relationship, because you want to have that openness and oneness with them, that they know that they can come to you for anything and that you will have their back to the best of your ability. But it's a lot of variables that come into play with that, with the ungratefulness, because again, that the child support, I'm not saying that the child is a bill, but that is another bill for that man. So once he fulfills that obligation, it all depends on his income level. If he doesn't have the income level to do past that financial obligation, that doesn't make him a bad father, that he feels like she should take the route because I did provide what I said I would have. That's a part of being a man. This is what I need to do, and this is what I did. Now, if he can go over and beyond, then by all means, and if his heart tells him that that's what he needs to do, I think that he should do that. But that's the only slight change that I made from there, but I still feel that same way, especially if that's all that you can do with your money.
I think the catch here in the variable is, at the end of that video, the guy says if he has the money. Say if he don't have the money, no, he say if he has the money, then yes, he should be filling in those gaps. Listen, we could talk it, but y'all seen me in this situation. Even though it was trauma led, my child support was ridiculous. But one thing I did feel is I understood what the pain felt like of disappointment. So when it came to my boys, whether it was the shoes, whether it was field trips, whatever, I still did more because I never wanted to disappoint them. You know what I mean? And even when I didn't have it, that trauma in me still did it because I like so always trying to make sure put peace in the situation. So it was a lot of time I didn't have it. I'm already paying. I think I was paying like $980. I was paying something ridiculous as far as support, right? But my kid's not going to understand when I say I don't got it or I can't do it because I ain't going to even share some of those conversations from back then. You know what I mean? The kid can't even comprehend the dissension between you and the mama. So I just stood in the gap a lot. You know what I mean? So I understand for those guys that don't have it, I always say just give your best intentions. But the dude that do have it and take that stance of, oh, I pay child support and that's enough.
Yeah.
I have never respected that. I just think that you don't even need to have no kids. Because I do know some dudes that feel like, oh, I paid shit, they don't even paying shit, and they'd be like, oh, I'm not doing nothing else. I feel like that's a selfish person. That's just my personal stand. Like, bro, your role, and there's another issue. Once you have kids, your first one of your first priorities should be parenting. I feel like you should turn the page and don't overdo it, but I do feel like your kids, their dreams and goals should be big on your list. And but for the dudes that don't, we got dudes that don't. I can't respect that. Just me personally.
But you know, the other crazy part of that is this, Horace. Subconsciously, they're teaching that kid things. You know what I'm saying? And you have to, and I think that's one of the things that's overlooked. I'm big on that. On if I do this out of emotion, what example am I setting, and then what trait am I birthing? So sometimes you have to do it, grin and bear it. Most bills that you have every month you don't want to pay them, but you do have to pay them. But I think you make it a teachable situation if you can. Maturity has taught me that. Just make it a teachable situation, because immaturity go, man, they did this, I did that, which that should never have any place inside of. But unfortunately, we're human beings and we have feelings, so those do interject. I just feel like as men, you have to control that situation as best you can, mitigate your losses. If it's something, again, like I said, if it's an affordability issue, and you can, I wouldn't say go bananas, but I would say make a gesture where that child receives a actual physical gift from you, and don't even worry about whatever you had to give over financially. God got you. Hopefully he do what he did with the fish and the bread, and you be all right for your child.
Now, listen. On a year, you could put 20. They have a Christmas account. You can put up $25 per check, and at the end of the year, you should have a little extra money put to the side. I just think it's about being intention. I think we mess up when baby mama, baby daddy make it personal, and then the child suffers. A lot of stuff you're gonna have to stand in the gap. Most people shouldn't even have kids together, right? But once you know you've been a part of that bad equation, you should stand in the gap. Ain't no, I'm not doing because the mama supposed to spend this and mama didn't do that. Hell, that baby mama might even say you trash. Somebody got to stand in the gap for them kids. Last Cowboy.
Thank you. Exactly right, Teddy. I don't. I'm gonna preface my comments about birthdays and Christmas. They come the same time every year. It's no excuse. I don't give a damn how much you pay for child support. I don't give a damn if you pay all the bills. There's no excuse because those days are directly for your child. That has nothing to do with nothing else. If I stay in the house with my wife right now, I can't say, "Hey Mario, I pay all the bills here, so you not so your mama gonna get you something for Christmas." Like, no, bro, I have to pay bills. Like when I didn't stay with my first baby mama, I stayed by myself. I had to pay bills, bro. That had nothing to do with Jayla or the child support. The child support was a direct effect of my bad decisions. I chose to nut in a woman who I was not ready to spend the rest of my life with. My choice. Nobody put a gun to my head. So the system that Chris speaks of was created before my mom was born. So I had knowledge of that system. I still chose to go past everything I have ever been taught in my life about condoms, about preparing for a wife, about all the stuff that JT Money and all the people we talk about tell us, and I still did something outside of the norm. Hence, if I rob a bank, I go to jail. I don't decide when I get out. If I get sentenced unfairly, who I shouldn't have put myself in that position. I took that way of thinking a long time ago. I lost. I gambled, shouldn't have been at the table, and I lost. So therefore, it's no excuse. The worst thing you could tell me is you don't have money for a child's birthday or Christmas. You had 365 65 days every year to get that. It's no excuse. I agree with Tootie 1,000%. I'm gonna let this go. You can put $5 up a month, just a month. You don't have to go out and buy them a Lamborghini and go buy them something from you. For you to say, nah, bro, I pay child support. It's on your mama. That's whole ass, bro. That's not, see, I believe it's a difference between women and men. I believe a man got to set the president of what he is. That's why I always tell man, the biggest decision you're going to make is what woman you're going to procreate with and marry. So make those decisions. And then when Zay said teachable moment, that's the teachable moment. I had 18 years of child support while I lost from year 1 to 18 because I made a decision. So know what I tell my son and my daughter? Don't do the same thing. I don't fight the system when I'm in it because I'm already in it. And the last thing I'm gonna say is it doesn't matter about how I lose because as a parent, my only objective is for my kids to win. So if I have to not buy something for myself or not get a drink or not get a blunt or whatever for them to do it, then I have to. See, the only problem is that guy who was saying that had on a pretty nice outfit. Had on a pretty nice, like at some point, bro, where's the sacrifice? Like you did that. You didn't. That girl didn't rape you, nigga. I'm sorry. That's how life is. Sometimes you underpaid at work. You don't just quit every job. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I feel about that.
And I completely agree, 100% with that. I believe that that is how you should be, regardless. But I'm talking about. I feel that way. I'm not on child support, and I still feel that way. What I'm saying is strictly if we bought into a system that is designed to create a equation that 50-50 things out. That is what child support is. That's why if you don't have your child as much, you pay more. If you have your child more, you pay less. If you put your child on your insurance, you pay less. The fundamental uh, application of child support is simply to 50-50 things out. That's what it did when you elect to do that.
Only for
I
living
believe
expenses,
that we
Chris.
should be able to do this without that. I
That
believe
only
that those
apply
are
to
my
living expenses.
thing that the hardest said. I believe that those are my responsibilities without child support. That's my responsibility. I take that responsibility with my child, and no one has to take me down to child support. I totally agree with what Mario is saying. I'm just saying if we both elect to go into a system that is the fundamental application of that system is that.
No, but the judge gonna tell you this. Look me right in my face. See, this is what you get mixed up, and I think it's just because you don't understand that system into this totality. That only applies to living. Do you understand? Buying clothes is a gift. Like
Mm-hmm.
buying Nikes is a gift. So that means you didn't sign up. So child support only incurs feeding and living expenses. So everything outside of that is to your own discretion. Everything. So that's the only 50-50 part. So it's like saying, well, you gotta put food in their belly and a roof over your head. Everything else is for both of y'all to consider how much the child need or don't need on your own.
Yep.
So even when it comes to clothes, you can say she only need one pair of shoes. The mama can feel like she need two. The judge is gonna say whatever they want. Well, if the daddy only want to buy one, he only have to buy one. If you want to buy 10, you buy 10. That don't have nothing to do with this court. The only thing this court is talking about, you're right, Chris, is time spent, um, um, a roof over your head and food. And that was the hurtfulest thing I ever seen. Cause I'm like, I thought clothes was in the equation. I thought, like you said, like I thought, like, bro, if I go do this, if I go do that, bro, I learned this, bro. My daughter 22, so I was in hell contempt of court, arguing. So I understand everything you're saying, but that system is treacherous. But the whole point is, I like to take accountability, and I know Chris, I understand it. So I don't want people to think that me and Chris done had this conversation several times. So we feel the same. I'm just giving you a different point of view. Once you fuck up as a man, I want men to really listen to me, bro. Cause it's the woe is me shit. Once you decide to mate with a woman, bro, everything after that, you lose. The minute you decide to nut in her, you have no more power.
you lost. So whatever happens after that, bro, you should have wore a condom or pulled out.
Right.
That's what your power is. Your power is what you do in sex. After that, bro, hey, may God have mercy for us all.
And I
Listen,
think that's an important lesson that a lot of people have skipped over. They don't tell you that. They tell you all the specifics. Like when we were younger, they didn't tell you after you make that decision, woe is you.
look here, David. Me and Mario are veterans. All right, we didn't serve our time. Listen, when
We never off, as long as
my
you got
young
children.
listen, my mom was young. My dad was a little bit older. And growing up, when my mom was trying to establish herself, I needed shoes. My daddy said, "Go ask your mama." My mama said, "Go ask your daddy." Nothing happened. Guess who bought it? My grandparents. My responsibility was my daddy, who I'm looking at you spend the money that I needed for X amount of shoes. That made me so mad. That's why when my kids were coming up, I acknowledged my sins. I didn't have to make. I made y'all, so let me pay for my sins. Like I made sure my boys got what they wanted, always to the best of my abilities. And if y'all know how my son Tyler eyes was the mother, you couldn't tell him no, boy. He'd get sad. It was heartbreaking. So I really felt that pain. So that's why I said the trauma kind of helped me. But ain't nobody tell you to shoot off in that woman. And half the time, y'all meet a chick out of the club and shoot up a club, and you don't know who you done just conceived a child with.
And child support shouldn't make you be a father. Child support, you shouldn't have to be dragged into court to take on that type of responsibility. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with
I,
that.
I
Yeah.
agree with you 100%.
But I don't think they drag you in the court all the time, Chris. They just kind of go and go do it. Then after that, that's how that court stuff happens. But what do I know?
I don't know nothing. I'd have no experience in it.
You're doing good, brother.
All right, well, I got 15 minutes left of the video play. I want a special request that somebody brung into the studio at 6 o'clock because they apparently just ignore all the rules that we've done for 3.5 years of how we prepare a show. But that's just the stuff
And you
that
ask for input. This is how you got it. So let's go. Beggars
yeah,
can't be choosers.
last goddamn minute, but I expect nothing less. I won't say his name. All right.
Say,
Settle down and get married. Niggas fucked a lot of dudes' wives out here. That's why. A lot of dudes' girls got fucked. And that shit play on a nigga conscience. Like, especially when you did it numerous of times, it'll make you feel like, what makes me so special? What makes me exempt that it's not gonna happen to me? That's what play on dudes' conscience. Like, you the handsome janitor in the building, but you fucking homeboy wife that's making $100,000 a week, pushing birds, and you in his wife's mouth on a regular. He got the Porsche parked outside. You get on the train every day. But every chance you get, you knocking that pussy loose. That's what play on a nigga mental. Know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, not that, oh, he's scorned. He got cheated on before.
Well, first off, I want to apologize for the foul language on that video to my pastor. Zay the barber submitted that video, and we didn't have a chance to censor it out. It's his topic. So I do ask that my brother introduce the topic.
oh, sure, no problem. So, Zeta Barber, this is a hot topic in the barber shop this week. Hence, I have my barber attire on. A lot of marriages came through and the discussions of marriages. So that was one of the number one topics, especially in light of the Joe Smith situation, because I think it was a clip where she was just talking about ridiculousness as far as her body count and what's not counting, and then being married and so on and so forth. So why am I saying this? A lot of guys have fear of moving forward. They cannot see themselves in a relationship because of what the gentleman explained. They've had dealings with individuals who have been in relationships, who have sworn that they love an individual at the highest levels, who are married, all of the above. And they start sitting down and thinking, I want to take it to the next level, but what makes me so special? How do I know that I won't be next? The minute that I give up the reins on what it is that I have control of and say that I do and go into this marital bliss, I won't be the guy who's making all the provisions, making sure you have a home, making sure you have the money, making sure you have all the living that you want, and then you're letting somebody in my back door because I'm doing 80%. And the 20% that I failed to do, some Joe Smoke comes in and just waltz Matilda, and like the guy said, he ends up in her, well, a cavity of hers. Either way it goes, I thought that that conversation was a very real one. That's a very big fear of a lot of men, to worry about who's messing around with their old lady, not necessarily why they're making love, but why they're married. And I just wanted to bring it to the forefront to speak on it with my brothers. One is married, us three are just bachelors. One of us is giving it an attempt, but he's still back on our side. So I just want to hear how y'all feel about that. Do you feel like that is something that will hinder you from marriage? Would you try it again? I know my brother's married, so he'll probably be chiming in from how he felt and how he's currently feeling. But I just wanted to lay it on you guys because that came into the barbershop several times this week.
Well, don't lay shit on me, Zay. Hey, listen, I do want to introduce.
Yeah, I
I'm ready for
received it.
this. Since you brought it in last minute with this topic, I do have something for it. And you know what? It kind of follows up with what we said last week. Black men don't want to settle down and get married because why? Because of what, Xavier? Okay, fuck it. I'll just say it.
There
A
you
lot
go.
of black. Listen, one thing you was taught. We came up in the era of JT Money, and this is what makes me mad with the dudes today, because you know the game. See, cheating is a game, and you love it until you start losing. So when dudes say this, I find it interesting because we know the game. So I'm going to confess that, yeah, at one point, well, we used to brag, and I was one of them people who trust was so thrown off because I used to mess with chicks who would tell they dude, I'm going to my auntie house, I'm running to the wash house, I'm about to go get some takeout. They come through the house, pow pow, they out the door. It ain't pow pow that quick, but you get the gist of what I'm saying, right?
They
So
thought
a
it was
lot of
pretty good.
dudes do have that mind like they don't trust women because of what they've done with women. But at the end of the day, it goes, well, you gotta be able to take it, take you reap what you sow type thing. So don't close your eyes.
That
So
was
when
hard to take.
you say, oh, that's why they can't they don't trust women and stuff, I find it interesting because one thing about a woman or a man, people gonna do what they want to do anyway. So when a dude give me that excuse and bail out, I don't trust women because all the things I did with them. Yeah, that's how it happens. The best you can do is do have your best intentions, lock down with a chick. If it happens, it happens. But if you give your best intentions, I really think if you find you a decent chick, she ain't gonna be that person that do you dirty. But when dudes use that excuse, it kind of annoys me because some of them dudes, it ain't that. It's the responsibility that comes with relationships. See, I might be on some ace metaphor tonight. It's the responsibility. A lot of niggas say they don't want a relationship and they make all excuses why they can't be with a chick. But they know once you got with that chick, that dinner you had the night that was 14 just turned into 52, $67 when you're in a relationship. Her brake pads out. uh,
That's you too, buddy.
if you possibly in this day and age, you possibly gonna be a stepdaddy. And then you're gonna get in
That's
that place
also
where
true.
you question, like, man, dude, how much do I love her? Because this relationship do cost me.
Mm-hmm.
But these are the real conversations that men have. A lot of dudes use excuses to justify. They use that trauma. But
So you say it's a Trojan horse then?
if you play that game, listen, one thing y'all gotta give me, bro. I always say, bro, when I got cheated on one time, I said I'd expect you to do it. I've done all of it. What makes me so special to think it can't happen to me? All I can do is be the best me possible and give it what I have. But the dudes that make all them excuses, I think you just either you scared of karma, or you just being a person that's using that excuse not to get into something that you actually have to give into. But that's my most
Good
simplest
point.
moment on this show.
Well, I think that's a good point. What you say, Chris? What say you?
Uh, well, I think that what I was gonna say. I think that it's what he's saying is a valid concern, 100%. I think it's a valid concern. The only problem is I think he's capped because you can't have that valid concern and then participate in sleeping with other men's wife and sleeping with other men's girlfriends.
Right.
Like, if you respect that, like, I'm a person, and I'm not saying I haven't done it, because I have, but I've cut it off a long time ago. But at the same time, I have to say that I am against sleeping with another man's wife. And then I can say that's a fear. But if I'm participating in it, I'm celebrating it. I'm always talking. I want to play every song that's talking about effing another dude's lady. Then no, you can't have that fear, bro. That's the game that you partake in. But if you are a person that says no, I don't. If I holler at that lady in Publix and she says she got a man, I don't care if she lying. I'm walking away. If I meet this woman and I find out she got a dude, I don't play like that. I don't hit other dudes' wives. Then yes, I can understand you have that concern, but I think that this is a little shaky, because at the same time, bro, you participate in it, you celebrate it, you see pleasure in getting another man's woman. And I know that that's a current theme in our music, that's a current theme in our culture. But I say the same thing for women when they talk about cheating. Don't say how bad you hate cheating and then cheat. Nothing should be able to make you cheat if you really against cheating like that. So yeah, that's just how I feel. I understand that is a concern, and it's a valid concern, but I I want to I want to see who's the messenger of that message, and then I judge it.
Gotcha. And Mario, I know you are retired. What is your take on this?
Well, I think first of all, let me say I can't not acknowledge that it is a valid concern. That's what we're talking about. A lot of men, right? I just don't think having that concern is valid. I have to agree with Chris, but for a different reason. I think this. One thing I learned about this as I've been married, it seems like I get a lot of marriage conversations, right? So some of them good, some of them bad, some of them inquisitive, and some of them just, most of them inquisitive. I ain't gonna say some, most of them, right? Because people know me. I say this. I never was a fan of just fucking people wives, right? So I agree with Chris on that. On that point of view, like that's not something I just did. Like, oh, let me go hit your dad. Because I respect marriage, right? But I always say this: it's funny to me the hypocrisy when it comes to marriage, because the same people who will have this as their main objective of not getting married would look you in your face and say, "I ain't scared of nothing, nigga. Nothing put fear in my heart." The same guy who will say this to you will go to a job every day and can be fired, and he has no control over that. But he'll show up on time. He'll come work 2 weeks and expect his paycheck on every other week. And he knows that you can just have a layoff. He's seen good employees get laid off. He's heard of it. But yet and still, he don't say, I ain't working no job, boy, because you can get fired at any time. You could be a good employee. But shoot, man, I got to stay away from them jobs because you could just get fired. The same thing involves our life. It's no certainties in life. I remember me and Chris had this conversation before I got married, and I said, bruh, that's the point of the game, what Tootie alluded to. I know you can be the best man in the world and your wife still cheat on you. I know that. So me knowing that means that it's her loss. Bruh, every day I'm going to be the best man I could be. I'm going to do the best thing I could do. If she cheat on me, then guess what? I'm still good. I'm the best person in the relationship. That was her flaw. For one. Two, if you listen to Cub's story, he said the dude was balling. And she cheated with a broke dude. When he leave, he's still gonna be balling. He gonna get another bitch. So 2 lessons you need to learn from this, fellas. First of all, get your shit together. So even if something do happens, at least you can bounce back on your feet. See, a lot of dudes scared to get in relationships too, because too alluded to is the commitment of the responsibility of having to do more and be locked into something that you can't wiggle out of. That's a lot. I'm in it. That's a lot. Sometimes, and I ain't talking about felonious stuff. I'm talking about as the point of sometimes you just have to talk to somebody. Like some days when I was single, if I didn't want to talk to nobody, I could put my phone on the couch, and I had the leisure of just saying, I'm gonna sit in here for an hour on my couch and don't have no conversation with nobody, and nobody can stop that. In a marriage, sometimes it might not work like that. You might come home and want that, but then your wife might need you at that minute. But that's what you signed up for. So I think that sometimes when people use all these I don't do it because of this, but I don't do it because of that, but I don't do it because of that. No, bro, most of the time you don't do it because I agree. It is a fight, but as a man, you should not let that stop you from getting what you should deserve. Now, the bigger question is, do you believe
Think you deserve it.
in love?
Yep.
Because if you don't believe in love, then it's not worth it. And I always say that if you don't believe in love, purpose, or marriage, then it's not worth it. Because that's the thing that's gonna hold you. Go ahead.
I think a lot of dudes, I am saying to your point, a lot of dudes, what the dudes saying in the video, know all the stuff they done. What they were scared of is it coming back on the back end. You know what I'm saying? Like you've done it to other people, but you can't handle you being that guy.
But you can't catch them. It just the thing about it is it's nothing you can do. See, the same thing that he's saying is true. Yeah. Like Mario said something like bro, if a girl wants to get away with something, she's gonna get away with it, bro. I ain't never seen a nigga just so slick. He can just confuse. I done seen the richest dudes get cheated on, the poorest dudes get cheated on. The handsomest dudes get cheated on, the ugliest dudes. So that lets me know in life that when I compile all the data, it's nothing that Mario can do so great. So I just have to take a leap of faith, do the best I can do, and live every day accordingly. And if that happens, I'll cross that bridge when it happens. But I can't live in fear. Like, yeah, bro, I'm not gonna take a chance on love because I might get cheated on. Well, shit, if I'm gonna have that kind of according to how I approach life, I'm gonna be pretty fucked up.
So I think that the reason why I was so interested and why I brought it to the forefront. First and foremost, I like all y'all answers because it gives the different perspectives to individuals that's watching, so that they can kind of reassess and check themselves. Because that's what we try to do most of the time when we're having our conversations. But what Mario was saying is what I kind of heard, and which was the undertone, which I always feel like is fear. It's an excuse because at the end of the day, what he said is true. Whatever it is that you want to do, you will do. So, and I mean that from a positive standpoint. If you want to get married, you will get married, just like you go to work every day. But him saying that, like Horace said, yeah, there's a possibility of it may come back to me that way, but that's a part of life. Anything can happen. We can walk out the door to right after we get off this show, and that could be the end of it. But I think one of the things that Mario always speaks heavily on is, why you have this time on earth, why don't you make the best of it? So if that woman is all of that to you and you feel that way, don't let something as simple as what you did in the past stop you from moving forward. Just try your best not to do the things that allowed you in that door of those individuals. But I think all of us speak for all on this set when we say we don't mess with married women. That has never been a thing about. So if I get married, I'm not ever looking for that karma coming back. But I don't know what will happen. So, and that's being just honest. However, we all were young, we all were ignorant. So we did hit other people, women. Probably it was intentional, some of it was not. But at the end of the day, it did. Like Hardy said, the dude with the most money, the handsome dude, the popular dude, all that other stuff, we all have weaknesses. So we can't sit back and worry about how it's going to come back. All you can do is put your best foot forward. And I think what he was saying, I thought it was comical, it was jokey, because a lot of people do use that fear as a reason for them not to complete something. I wanted to bring that to the table with us so that we can discuss it and shed a different light on it. But I love the answers that y'all gave. I hope it helped individuals that was watching, and don't stop that from you making that next step.
Listen, my advice is always, hey, I tell people all the time, do what you feel, but be able to stand on that shit.
100%.
Chris Leo, you've been looking perplexed. What you had?
I don't know. Because I'm a proponent of fear. I don't think that fear is a bad emotion, and I think that fear is it's sort of like a bodily response to keep you from danger. Sometimes it's wrong, but it's a bodily response to keep you from danger. And I think it's a healthy fear. You know, I don't know. I'm
too, though, Chris.
Huh?
And what I'm learning is it keeps you from success as well. So
I don't think so.
Same thing.
I don't think. I think that's easy to say. I think that's really, really easy to say. But I think that any successful person when they got into an endeavor, they were scared. They had fear. I think it's a normal thing to have fear.
Mario. Comfort zone. You got to get out of it. But hold up, you're a professional, my brother.
Your mic out, Mario. God dang it, Mario. What's going on with you tonight? He is not there tonight, Mario. He even come back. Boy, it's a tough night for Mario.
Yeah. But no, Chris, I think that fear holds us back a whole lot, and that was my whole reason for saying that and sharing that, because fear does hold us back a whole lot. So sometimes you got to get out that comfort zone, and get a little uncomfortable and try some new things. One
I
or
say
two things will
you
happen.
try with fear.
Fear is
I
a
don't
prison.
think you should. I don't think you should embrace fear, because fear can save your life, and fear has saved many people's lives. I think that regardless whether you like it, whether you ready, whether you're not ready, whether you're scared, the only common denominator is are you willing to do it?
Hello,
Yeah,
you can hear me now?
Yeah,
yeah,
we
we
hear
ain't
you.
like fam.
All right, no, I'm saying
Damn.
Damn,
The hell happened to Mario tonight?
it ain't happening, kid.
Yeah.
Decepticons is real.
Damn, they got him. And he was gonna say some real intelligent shit too.
Yeah, I seen
Don't
his
go
hat
around.
stand up. I said, boy, it was on.
Yeah. Yeah, he was on there. I don't know what happened, Mario. But it's actually you. It's not us tonight. Nope, not at all. Listen, I think fear is a prison, man. It's damn sure a mental block. You know what I mean? Might say I'm a little cocky. I feel like you're putting you all into like, oh, I didn't really believe in love. I don't think I would have that fear.
Right.
I'm not. Listen, all I'm saying, Palm Beach, is
But
a
I
lot of
agree with you,
dudes.
Mario.
A lot of dudes do a lot of stuff, but they can't handle when it come back around, and then they try to run from what we call karma, and you can't. You know what I mean? Like stand on it. Like
I honestly
when
think you
I
shouldn't
did.
even
Listen,
look for it to come
Mario.
back around.
Listen, one thing I say, what I used to always tell you, I said, man, I know what I've done, so when it come back, I gotta take it. That's the game. Like I gotta take it.
I just think that's easier
The
said than done,
consequences,
though.
Chris, you
It's
pervert.
it's, it's easier said
Yeah,
than done, though.
I'm taking what you're saying seriously. I don't know that. I
It's
don't agree
easier
with that
said
at
than
all.
Yes,
done.
it
But
is.
yeah,
Listen, we listen. At one time, we off the chart. Boom, boom. We was doing some things, right? And then you get to the point where you got to say, like, shit, if it happened to me, what makes me so special? And the problem is, niggas actually think that they special.
I don't think you can obscure yourself from it. I think that, at the end of
Yeah.
the day, like what Mario's saying, you just got to put your best foot forward. Both
y'all
Marios
hear me?
said that. Yes.
You better
All
go while
right.
you
Now I'm
can.
just saying this real quick before I get attacked again by the guys tonight. I think the comment that Chris was talking on, I want to be very precise on this. I think that people quote that wrong every time. It's not fear that stops you from doing stuff. It's when fear controls you. So I agree with Chris is saying. Everybody has fear. Fear is a
Mm-hmm.
natural reaction to everybody. I don't care. It's just being able to conquer that and to control it so it don't stop you or stifle you. So I think that's why I said I begin my conversation with saying that's a valid point. I had those same fears. Like, damn, what if I commit to this woman, give all of this, and then this happens? Then I had to say, well, hey, how could I even my
Mitigate that.
odds, or how can I stop it? Then I had to turn to myself and say, I can't. It's nothing I can do to assure myself that this don't happen to me. I can be the so then I had to say, do you still want it? Well, I do want it. Do I still want her? I do. But then I just have to take a chance. That's what I'm saying. But the actual thought of, like, I believe any dude who have had multiple women in their life, that runs through your head. So I don't want to sit on here like, oh no, you shouldn't be thinking like that. No, I think every
That
dude
shit
thinks
happen.
like that. I think it's the
Right.
dude that says, I'm not gonna proceed once
Yeah.
they think that. That's the problem.
Let it stop you.
Yeah.
Can't cheat the
The
game.
grind.
You
Or the
can't.
grind.
Listen, I think the best thing I said tonight, and Zay, you better not steal it. Hoe plus me spells home.
Relationship between two people. So if it's a hoe and it's you and it's home, as long as y'all happy, we happy.
Home spells hoe plus me. Hey, all right. Chris Leo, with all your disappointment, close out.
Oh man, thank you guys for showing up again tonight, man. It's been a week for me, and I'm glad you guys has been along for the ride. I like to give a thanks to everybody that made this milestone in my life possible. I'm right now. I'm I'm broadcasting from my kitchen table, and I haven't had a kitchen table in I don't know probably over 20 years, man. So thank you guys for the support. Everybody that was a part of helping me out in this situation, man. I appreciate y'all and all the nice things that people done said and everything like that, man. It was good.
Time out. Apparently, we missed something.
It's been a good week. It's
about
been a
to cry?
good week. It's been a good week. Yeah, yes, absolutely.
I'm here
It's
for it.
emotional. But
Yeah.
thank you guys.
Congratulations, 'cause I'm out of the loop.
Saw you barbecuing. I knew what time it was.
Yeah, I did see the links.
Oh, man, you can only be so blessed.
Did you wash your meat?
Yeah. See, no, last cowboy.
Hey man, appreciate y'all for coming, man. Thank you again. This is the worst night I've ever had with the internet god, and it's crazy because I've been on Zoom, Teams, and everything all day long and had no problems. I think the devil just didn't want this message to get through tonight, but he was a liar and the truth ain't in him. So I appreciate y'all for bearing with me. I know Tootie's gonna be upset because the production was crap, but we just try to get in next week. Appreciate y'all for coming.
But he will
Find a way.
find some hidden gems. Now I gotta take my hat off. We'd had some shitball shows that he'd been able to grab some clips and make it look like it was something. But boy, if you watch the full version, zero.
Yeah, we definitely put his ass to work. Now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Now, like when he get out there, he cuss us out, and then he go do his thing.
Yeah.
We be trying to give him at least a couple shows that he don't have to doctor up too much. But hey, man, he called a motley crew.
Man,
Yeah. He gonna definitely thread the needle. He gonna cuss me publicly, and then again behind scenes. But it's all right. It all comes for the common good because y'all learn something, so it be what it is, and we don't mind sharing the clips.
thank you, Sean Gavin. Listen, one thing I will say, man, this is one of those shows I thought a lot of people got a lot from because the topics were good, and I knew we were going to have different insight on this topic, right? I thought three of them as a few ladies, if they actually watch the show, I think you can get a lot from it. And I always tell people, you ain't got to post it, just share it to somebody in your messenger box.
Another shooter from the grassy knoll, goddamn.
Yeah. Share the box, ma'am.
Yeah. Oh, hating ass Mia, we appreciate you always coming to show up for Xavier. But
we love you, Mia.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Tomorrow, I'm probably gonna be like Kaya. You know when Kaya do that little thing and she serve people. So I changed my profile picture, and people were giving me shots today, and I'm like, look right here. This is me. It wasn't no AI picture. This was not nobody. I wasn't on no Ozempic. This is my real face, how I look. But
Yeah, I tell you this. Every now and again, Floyd jump back in the ring just to let people know he's still undefeated and he is the best that ever did it. Every now and again, you gotta take them gloves off or put them back on.
Tomorrow, I will be serving people up, bro. I was like, damn, like I'm getting jokes from you. Okay.
What is this picture that you keep speaking of, or this Ozempic you speak of?
No, Ozempic is the thing everybody's been taking. It's supposed to be for something else, but people have been taking it and been losing a whole shitload of weight. They look pretty good, but I'm I'm just doing I've been doing the dumbbell workout, you know what I mean? Got a new haircut style, and I just tired of being humble sometimes. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Like your muscle.
Some people give you jokes and then you be like, damn, I don't know if I'm gonna let that slide. You just had those moments in life, and that's how I felt.
I guarantee you, he ain't gonna reply. He ain't gonna retaliate on nothing but men, though. I guarantee he gonna let all the ladies come and slide, though. I promise you that he ain't gonna foul on them. He's a lover boy.
You can't win because you know what? Last time I did it, a joker called me like, "Oh man, I know she out of order," and I'm like, "Damn, bro," because with the women, they'll snap at you. Then when you crush them, then it's like, "Oh, you don't be arguing with no woman." It's like, boy, it's almost like a no-win situation. But yeah, I took some jokes today, and I'm looking like, "Hey, Matt, go out of business. You're ruined." Okay, Zay the Barber.
Hey man, this week was all right. My Florida State won. My Dolphins let me down in true fashion, man, early in the morning on a Sunday. My Sunday wasn't right. And I had family here from Jamaica. That was tough. So I like that, the time that we got a chance to spend. But it's back to business as usual. I appreciate y'all for coming in. I shared some things on our page. Feel free to follow us at Fire Attack Solutions. We are doing, we're doing space. We have space for, you can do remote offices. I apologize. We can do the remote offices and we're doing the tax. I'm trying to think of everything that we have this week going on because it's so much as the season is coming. Tax classes, online tax, and remote space. See us, fireattacksolutions.com. Thank you for chiming in with us at the Black Super Friends podcast. Until next week, Monday, we are out.
Duh, I'm gonna need your help because I plan on cheating on my taxes this year, boy. I need.
We will not discuss that
I'm
publicly.
claiming like 3-4 kids a day.
But you have a
Ethiopian
business.
kids and everything.
That's the last
And
conversation the
taxes are
last
self-declared.
cowboy want to hear.
That's damn sure what was on my mind, Palm Beach. That thing look bulletproof. My boy got on a bulletproof barber vest. You know what I mean?
It is. It's for y'all joke. Mario need a haircut.
Zay, get your
You need me to
fans.
be your barber.
Zay, your fans been shooting at me all show, but I want to address this comment. Come with me in the. I'm not getting. I don't know. That sounds gay. I don't know what you talking about, Derek, but I'm not with that funny stuff. All right, but I tell you what, Derek is 101 pounds, and tell me I come get in the gym with him. You don't knock it
in
off,
shape.
man. Derek,
what's my boy on Norbit?
Derek is 6'3", 101 pounds. Man, ain't nowhere in the hell I'm going to the gym with a racquetball king over there.
And look like a 1985 pimp.
Yeah, he look like
he teach cardio. He trying to show you the way. I told you. What's my boy name on Norbit?
Power Tap.
That's him.
That's
There's Power Tap.
Yeah, you be trying to sneak your goddamn jokes in, boy. You better wear that vest all
I ain't say nothing about your blazing
all night.
I didn't say nothing about that blazing, but we can go.
About that what?
That blazing.
Well, that's a polo.
It
Polo.
don't matter.
No.
No. It don't matter. It was no.
Boy, nigga get some veneers and start acting crazy, but that's crazy. Last cowboy.
I'm out of here, man. I appreciate y'all for coming, man. Thank y'all and good night.
Hey, that was a safe way to go. Hey, shout out. Listen, last week, man, I had a crazy Thursday night. Hey, but they say God don't make mistakes. I want to give like a salute, rest in peace to Clinton Forbes, a young black man who was the director of Pawn Train in Palm Beach County, always dressed to the T, smart, intelligent, educated. Everyone that knew him loved him. And the man's going to leave behind an amazing legacy. Prayers to his wife, family, brother, Palm Beach County. Bro, I'm still a little shaken up mentally about it, man, but there was somebody who I just had high regards to, man. It was a good example of a black man that really made you proud of black men doing things in our community, man. So salute to Clinton Forbes. See you on the other side, my G. Much love and peace to everyone that you leave behind. So we'll catch y'all next week. And I'm taking, listen, a Dry Shack golf jacket. Blazer said about himself, Zay looking like he work at Cold Stone, but nobody say shit to him tonight. But it's amazing.
Barberology.
I'll take it all the goddamn joke. So see y'all next week, man.